This application activity, called Worship Bingo, will remind children of the many ways to worship God. Lead the activity like this. All right, today our main point is I will worship God. So let's say that all together.
I will worship God.
You know, there are many ways to worship God, and so today we're going to play Worship Bingo. All of you have a bingo card, and I'm going to call out some of the ways to worship God, and you will place a marker. Today you're really lucky because we're using Starburst for our markers. And you will place that on whatever way to worship that I call out. And then I will ask you guys what is a way that you could, or a time during your week that you could worship in that way. Okay, so for example, if I called out praying before meals, okay, if you had praying before meals on your card, I didn't call it out, but if I did, you would put a marker on that spot, and then I would ask, when's a time that you could worship in that way? And you might say, well, I could pray before my lunch at school with my friends, or you might say, I could get my parents to pray before we eat at home or eating out or whatever. So you would come up with a time and a way that you could do that. All right, so you guys ready? All right, here we go. I'm gonna reach down into my little cards here, draw one. Helping set up or put away chairs at church. Helping set up or put away chairs at church. If you don't have that, that's okay. I'm gonna draw some more. You'll probably have that. Okay, here we go. So when can you do that?
After church.
After church, definitely. When we're done here, I'm sure we'll need some help setting up some chairs.
Or before.
Or before, that's right. Okay, good. All right, so let me pull out another one here. Whoops, that one popped out. I'll use that one. Listening to worship songs anytime. Listening to worship songs anytime. Got that one? Listening to worship songs anytime. All right, so when can you do that?
All the time.
Anytime. How would you do that? How could you listen to worship songs anytime?
Buy it on your phone, the song, or your MP3 player.
Put it on your phone or your MP3 player, that's right.
And listen to it.
And listen to it.
Car on the way to school.
In the car on the way to school, that's right. That's good too. All right, very good. All right, going to church. Who has that one? Going to church?
Bingo.
And bingo, very good. You got your entire board filled up. That's fantastic. All right, and everybody else is pretty full too. Well, I have some good news for you. You're going to keep all of those Starbursts. How's that sound?
Thank you.
Maybe you would want to share them, though, with the rest of the class. Does that sound like a good idea? All right, well, we'll do that. We'll divide those up later. But there's lots of great ways for you to worship God on your Worship Bingo chart. You guys can take that home. And make sure that you work some of these ways into your week, every week. There's lots of ways to worship God, and we can worship God all of the time. We don't have to just worship God on the weekends.